Can we begin?
Yes, sure. Let's proceed.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good night, everyone. And so, first of all, my name is Muthmainnah, and today I'll be lead today's agenda. And so, let me introduce my partner. His name is Igram Fauzi, and today we are going to discuss about your journey as a teacher and then your experience in teaching English. And
Okay.
so, before we begin our interview, can you tell me about yourself, sir?
About my what?
About yourself.
Myself. Yeah, sure. Yeah, my name is Farahbod. I'm an English teacher from Iran, and I've been teaching English for, let's say, 3 years. I'm celebrating my third year of teaching in 2 months. So, yeah, I've been teaching for that, and I've taught English in different places, like in some Iranian institutes, language academies, in some Discord communities like the one you found me, Discord communities, and I have some international students from different countries. I can name it if you want, but yes. And I'm studying TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language at Farhangin University, which is one of the uh, official, let's say, teacher training universities in Iran. And here I am.
Okay, thank you for your introduction. And then let's move on to the interview. So today we are going to ask about maybe five until six question, right, Irfa?
Mhm.
And so question number 1 until 3 will be delivered by me, and then the rest question will be delivered by Irfa. Okay, so
Okay.
the first question is about your teaching journey. So, what inspired you to be a teacher, and who or what motivate you to be a teacher?
Well, that's a nice question here. You know, there's a lot to talk about. I can tell you that uh, the society actually motivated me to become a teacher. I don't know how it goes in your country, Indonesia, right?
Yes.
In Iran, the society is not doing well. The people, the youngsters, let's say, are not really educated enough. And we can see different things like nowadays people are trying to slack off or waste their time, spend on nothing, just roam around all the day for nothing. And TikTok, Instagram is famous here. They just make useless, baseless, and meaningless reels and just want to waste your time. Okay. I said, okay, let's make some changes because this is not really good. We are not here because we are both Muslim, we can understand each other better. We are not here to get better clothes, get better cars, get better houses. You should be useful, for society, for the world, not just your country, because we are human beings living together. Okay, maybe we have some borders. Geopolitically, every country has its border, but technically speaking, we are all living together. So that actually motivated me. And seeing some teachers, some good teachers, and I don't want to say bad teachers, I want to say not good teachers instead of saying bad. Some teachers really, uh, they weren't supposed to become teachers, They are not really good teachers. Why? Because they think financially. If you think about teaching financially, like I want to become a teacher to get more money, I want to buy a house. I don't know, something being ambitious in terms of finance. You're not in the correct place. You're in the wrong place, reversed. But it's about ethics and morality. Like how you think about teaching is conveying the message and sharing your knowledge with other people. As we have different prophets and imams saying that if you teach one word to a person, he's like he's like your creation. This is very important. So that motivated me to become a teacher.
Okay, that was amazing.
Sorry if I talk a lot.
No, it's okay, sir.
Yeah.
It was really amazing
Thank
to me, and motivate you, and all of us also here as same as you. And so thank you for answering, sir. And then the second
You are
question.
teachers too, am I right? You're all teachers, right?
No, I'm
Um,
not. We,
future teachers.
yeah.
A student teacher.
Not. I think for now we still a student college, but in education department.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
The next question is about
Yes, sir.
your experiences in teaching training. So,
Hmm.
can you share your experiences during your teaching training or your studies?
Well, generally speaking, I can tell you that, as I said, I've been teaching English since exactly I want to say you like February 2023. Yeah, I started teaching on Discord, the server you found me, English Hub. Used to be a good server, it still is. I used to have some weekly classes about grammar, sometimes EDM, sometimes reading books, but mostly they know me as grammar classes. For years, yeah, since 2023. Then I started teaching in some institutes or language academies in Iran. I can name, for example, Iran Australia Language Academy or Safir Language Academy, different places in Iran. They are local. And while teaching on Discord, some people reached out for private classes. So I have some private students, different countries like Ecuador, I don't know, South America, especially specifically Mexico, Colombia, or Russia, Belarus, mostly Turkey, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and different places. And
Mm.
about education, as I said, I'm studying TEFL, teaching as a foreign language at Farahbod University, which is a teacher training university. And technically they call us teacher students, you know, but that's a term they use because they say the one who ceases learning ceases teaching. Okay, the one who stops learning. If you stop learning, saying okay, I'm a teacher, I don't need to learn anything, I just teach. You're going to stop teaching after a while because you have to be up to date. You have to stay up to date about everything around you, regardless of the subject. You can teach history, you can teach chemistry, English, Arabic, whatever. So that's about my experience.
Okay, thank you.
Wow.
Also,
Yes.
something I forgot to mention, uh, there are some websites, I think we have, for example, Coursera, okay, which is famous. We have some Iranian ones like
Mm,
Paradise and Maktab. I actually have designed some courses for them about English, so this also
wow,
needed to be pointed out.
very good. All right, and then let's continue to the next question, sir.
Okay.
So it is still about your teacher training. Did you face any challenges during your training? And if so, how did you overcome them?
Well, in the training and uh, in teaching in the classroom, I can tell you that. Uh, we have something we call it class management. Okay. At first, you think that's the easiest part because they're going to listen to you, they're going to pay attention to you, and everything will be fine. You just need to have some good lesson plans and go according to that. But no, class management is one of the most challenging, let's say, topics that every teacher uh, has faced, you know, because the students, I can remember when I had my first class at a school. It was 11th grade. In Iran we have 12 grades. I had actually an 11th grade for human science. They were so naughty, we can say. They wouldn't stop talking to each other, didn't listen well. So class management is very important. This is the most challenges we have faced. And another challenge could be, but the use of L1 mother tongue, because I
Yeah.
don't know how Indonesia is. We have ESL, English as a second language, and we have EFL as a foreign language. Iran is EFL. For example, India, Pakistan, they are ESL, but Iran is EFL. So the only place students can speak English is the classroom. And some teachers, we have some methodology called GTM, grammar translation method. For example, you want to teach the grammar present simple, you explain it in your mother tongue. Like in Persian, we say this means this in English, okay? This is not a good method, to be honest with you. It used to be good, it's a war method. Back in the Second World War, they used to teach spies with such methods. But nowadays, it's not really good. But we can see some institutes are still applying and using this topic, but this technique. This could be also another challenge, how you should teach students, especially zero beginners, beginner students, intermediates, about English in English without using Farsi or Persian, your mother tongue, okay, their L1, whatever it could be. This could be one of the challenges.
Okay. So we are
Wow.
also Indonesian is ESL and EFL, and
Uh,
Indonesia is EFL. And so
mm,
the most challenges problem in Indonesia is mother tongue. Yeah, so it's
Yep,
yes,
that's right. It's
okay.
very hard.
Thank you, sir, for answering.
you're welcome.
And then the next question will be delivered by Irfa.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. All right, we continue to the next question about your teaching journey. How was your first experience as a teacher? Can you describe your first day of teaching, sir?
Well, we should first divide it into two different topics. The private sector
Oh,
means institutes, language academies, and a school. Okay. First, about the private sector, my very first class was on Discord, the English hub. I can remember the topic was first conditionals. Like if you study, you will succeed, something like that. And uh, I didn't record it, unfortunately, but I can remember my voice shaking, and I couldn't
mm-hmm.
really teach well. I was like, oh, because there were like 70 people, if I'm not mistaken, 30, 40, I think, students uh, actively listening at the class. So, that was my first time speaking in English for 40 people from different countries and were listening to me to learn something from me. So that was my very first experience, and uh, it went well. Okay, the class went well, hopefully, and no problem. But I can remember I said my voice shaking, and I was like, "Oh, can I really do that?" I wasn't sure if I could teach that. But after years, because I've been teaching there for 2 years, I could easily teach. I could easily talk about different topics. Yeah, I never forget that. But for school, yes, as I said, I had my very first class was an 11th human science class, and they were like all boys because in Iran classes are segregated. They're like a
Mm,
single sex, man, female, and they were like, yeah, speaking together, talking together a lot, and didn't listen to the class. I tried to make them quiet. Some of them didn't work, some of them worked, some techniques, and that was when I realized and I understood, I got that class management is very important because on the paper, speaking of that is like it's very easy, but when you get directors and no, it's easier said than done. It's really hard to actually make them quiet, have a quiet class, and teach. Because let me be honest with you, even in the private, there's certain people that they are not here to learn English. They're here to ditch the house. They are here to escape from the house. I had some students from in the private sector. They paid something like I don't know, $50, $100 for each term,
mm,
semesters, and they were like just here to teach the class, just to teach the home, the parents, let's say. They want to say, okay, I want to be with my friends, playing with their phones, and because that was private sector, we couldn't really say anything because they paid for that. So that was my very first experience. That was nice.
Wow, thank you for answering, sir.
Yeah.
That's so great. All right, let's move to the next question. Can you share to us what kind of strategies do you use to motivate and passionate about teaching?
You mean the students? Motivate the students?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, there's a debate here. Some people say give them presents, gifts. Okay, that's nice. But from whose pocket is it coming? Okay, who should pay for this present? Because I don't know in Indonesia, but in Iran, teachers are not paid well. Okay, so it's not worth paying and buying some gifts for others. To be honest with you, okay, I'm a teacher. I really care about every single student in the class, but it's not worth paying from
Mhm.
your pocket and buy something for the student. But the best compliment, the best thing to motivate them to, I don't know, about passionate, whatever you get, is like showing them their progress, showing them their improvement. For example, I had a Russian student, she was like 14, and at first she couldn't speak English fluently because we had some speaking, let's say, task at the very beginning of the class that he actually should speak for like 10 minutes about something. At first, it was like 30 seconds top. After 2 months, once she spoke for like 6 minutes. When I showed her the time, he was like surprised. Oh, really? Did I do that? Was it me who spoke for 6 minutes? That was the best, by far, the best gift, compliment you can ever give someone, you know, because getting to pay
Oh,
anything and they are seeing their progress. At first, when you cannot speak English, after some sessions, you're speaking it fluently. You will see that, oh, so I've done something. The teacher, on the other hand, I get some good feelings because I am the person who helped that guy, that girl speak English. So it's like two-sided. Both benefit from this.
oh,
Unless the manager, the supervisor, the principal, for example, they have a closet of gifts, for example, a box of gifts. You can choose whatever you want and give them. This is nice. For children, yes. But for adults, I don't think that would work. Showing them their progress is the best compliment.
all right, that's cool. Also, like making a game class, right, for motivate them.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, like that. Okay, thank you. Okay, for the last question is, looking back on your journey, what advice would you give to aspiring teachers who are just starting their training
Mm.
or early career? What are the essential qualities and skill needed to become an effective and impactful educator?
That's a nice question here.
Yeah.
If I wanted to give myself or someone a piece of advice, that would be so. About teaching, I will say about working in institutes. I would say something else. In Iran, it's like in the private sector, you should sometimes pay them to allow you to teach. This is something I strongly disagree with. I
Oh,
disagree on this topic. Why should you pay someone, the manager, to let you teach? He should pay you so you teach in his institute, for example. Some people, some teachers, especially newcomers, rookies, let's say, new teachers, for experience, for resume, they do this. They give them money and they say, okay, we will not refund you. We will not give your money back when you want to leave our institute. That's done. So don't do this. Go find other institutes. Uh, I don't know. Get some better qualification, better certificates, and work in better places. Do not literally waste your time in a place that they don't value you as much as they should. Okay, first of all. Second of all, uh, take it easy. You are a teacher. That's right. You should prepared. You should have a lesson plan for your classes. That's right. In the class, the students, regardless the place, private sector, public sector, doesn't matter. The school, institute, doesn't matter. They are here to study. That's right. But sometimes they have some issues. Some, I don't know, daddy issues, mommy issues, issue with their school, issue with their brother, with their sister, with their partners if they are old enough. And if you force them to do something, like one of them said, teacher, I didn't do my homework. It's not a problem. Oh, why didn't you do that? Go out. I don't know. I will not let you in. You're a failure. You cannot do anything. You are dumb. No, that's okay. Maybe next session he will do that. If you see someone sleeping in your class, that's fine. Maybe he had a tough day the day before. Okay, do not motivate them. Don't push them. Don't force them. Whatever you do, and take it easy and try to do your best and do your best in a place that they value you. If you see an institute that doesn't value you as much as they should, they are treating you as a worker. I mean, as a worker, I don't mean workers are bad. No, I mean uh, underrated. Let's say, okay, don't waste your time there, and try to use institutes as a way you can improve your resume, your CV. Don't let them manipulate you. Don't let them abuse you with tons of classes, hundreds of classes in a week. They just force you to have classes. They're like you're just wasting your time because you are, I don't know, you're just abusing yourself. You should take some rest for the class you have, 2 classes, 3 classes. Do your best in lesson planning. Don't just pass it. Stop, work on your lesson plans, try to make it authentic. You should have an authentic, realistic, let's say, lesson plan. So the students will learn because we are responsible. We are responsible for everyone and each student in the class. They are not things. I don't know. A butcher deals with meat. An interior designer deals with designing, but a teacher deals with human beings. You should be careful how you treat them. Okay, the way you behave, the way you treat, the way you compliment them, the way you talk to them is very important. And they will never forget you. Maybe they forgive you, but they will forget you. For example, I can tell you, you yourself, I can bet that you remember every one and single teacher you had in school. Some of them were your role models. You were like, oh, I want to be like that teacher. Some of them know, oh, I hate this teacher. Don't be the one who is hated. Be the one who is loved. That's my advice for newcomers, rookie teachers. I think I talked a lot.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's amazing. That's so cool. All
Thank you
right.
very much.
Maybe that's enough for this interview. Thank you, sir, to this opportunity. We are so glad to coming it for this interview.
Thank you
And
for reaching out. I really like such interviews. I also had another interview with, I think, one of your classmates, other people, I don't know, from Indonesia. They asked me some, like this, they asked me some question about teaching, different question. I
Yeah.
really love that. I really love such interviews because this is the place you have the stage and you can freely talk about uh, what you think about teaching. Of course, I'm not a person who talk. I'm not in a position to talk about teaching broadly like a professor. No, as a normal teacher, it's really great. So thank you very much for reaching out and actually inviting me to this interview. And just one thing, you are recording, right? The session is recorded, yes?
Yes.
yep.
So is it possible that I have the recording too, just for my archive? If you can send me the session, the recording, so I can have it, that would be perfect if it's possible for you.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
that would be
To
great.
upload
Thank
it
you.
into YouTube, sir. Yes.
Ah, if you're going to, okay, okay, that would be great. Yes. Just send me the link whenever it is, and I will watch that. Thank you very much. Great.
We do apologize if there are any mistakes from our pronunciation
No,
because
that was
Yeah,
perfect.
or
yeah,
Both
grammatically.
of you. No, no, both of you. Not on Irfa, that was perfect. I really like that. Don't underestimate yourself. Here's my advice for you. Don't underestimate yourself. Why do you apologize for your English? Your English is perfect. Never say I'm sorry for my English. I'm sorry for my body language because body language is important. I'm sorry for my writing yourself. No, you're doing great. Do not underestimate yourself.
it quite motivated me and Irfa to be a great teacher in the future because we are in
Yes,
the English education department. So after graduate, we will be a teacher.
perfect, perfect. That's
Inshallah.
great.
Amin, amin.
Inshallah, yes, inshallah. And you really have you have a really nice hat, Irfa. I really love your hat. We don't have it in
Thank
Iran.
you, thank you,
That's
thank you.
perfect.
Yeah, in Indonesian we call this peci, peci.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
Uh,
we have something similar in Iran, but not like that. But that was really cool,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
especially
yeah,
in
yeah.
black.
Before we end our
Perfect.
session today, can we take a
Thank you.
picture, sir?
Yeah, sure, sure. Why not?
Okay,
Wait.
ready, Irfa? One, two, three. Okay, one more time. One, two, three. Okay, thank you, sir, for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank you.
If you can, please send me the pictures. I really
Okay,
want to have the pictures. They're
okay,
really
great.
All
valuable.
right.
Thank you both. Have fun. See you later.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Good night. Have a
Goodbye.
good rest.
Good night. Goodbye.